Hey, everybody. How's it going? I hope you guys are having a great week. I hope you've had, or I hope you're looking forward to this great weekend that we're going to have. It's nice and sunny right now. Hopefully, it stays that way. My name is Courtney McIntyre. I'm a certified pediatric sleep consultant and a mother of three, and also the founder of um, Sleep Little One Sleep Consulting. And today I have a great video for you today. And it's about the truths, but also the misconceptions that you need to know about sleep training. These are pretty important and kind of some of the things that kind of scared me off when I was thinking about sleep training my son. And I seen these things and I was like, yeah, I don't really think I'm gonna do it. It wasn't until sleep got really bad for us that well, for him and I guess me, so yeah, us, that I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna do it and I'm gonna figure this out. So let me um let me go over some of the misconceptions. There's lots of misconceptions about sleep training, but let me go over just kind of some of the most common ones. And first, I just want to start off by saying that so I have three kids, obviously. I also have two stepchildren, but I have three biological children. I wasn't there for my stepkids when they were toddlers or babies, so I never had to sleep train them or anything like that. And I don't know how their sleep was. But for my three kids, my first two daughters, well, first two kids who are happen to be girls, they were easy with sleep. I mean, there was always a little bit of troubles here and there, but they always like got over it and were fine. So I never had to sleep train them. I never even had to look into it really. And then with Gunner, it was he's obviously a boy, and it was something else. It was rough. It was rough for both of us. So I had to start looking into sleep training. And I didn't know where to start. I had no idea. So I decided, you know what, let's go onto Facebook. There's got to be groups on there with other parents that have maybe tried it or maybe have considered trying it. Let's see what they have to say. That was a big mistake. Let me just tell you that. Because, first of all, you're not going to find a Facebook group that isn't biased one way or another. The group is all going to be, it's going to be for or against, usually. It's hard to find ones that aren't biased towards one way or the other. So I don't recommend going on Facebook groups to figure out if you want to sleep train your son or your daughter, because it'll probably scare the crap out of you. It did for me. I found a group and a couple groups actually, and I was like, okay, I never want to sleep train ever. It basically made me believe that if I sleep trained my son, that I was going to harm him for life, and he was going to be scarred for life, and I was going to be the reason that that happened. Not true. And anyway, let me just say that now. That is a flat out lie, and there's studies to prove that, which I do provide in my blog that you should go check out. I provide links to an article that provides links to all the studies proving that wrong. Um, so anyways, that was rough. So I'm like, okay, well, let's try Google. I know maybe Google will be better. And Google was a little better, I will say. There was obviously both sides of the spectrum there, but it was still very confusing. Like, okay, like which method do I try with him? Is this one gonna work? Like, what if I get really frustrated along the way? Like, who can I turn to? Like, oh my gosh, I had more questions than answers after I was on Google. So I also don't recommend that. So, what is the answer then? What should we do if we want answers when it comes to sleep training? You should go to the experts. When you're sick, do you Google it? Probably, but do you come to a conclusion of that, or do you go to a doctor to make sure your conclusion is proper and correct? Right, you go to a doctor, you go to the expert. So the same thing comes for sleep training. If you're having problems and you're confused and overwhelmed and frustrated and you don't know what to do, you go to the experts. That's what you do. A lot of sleep consultants, including myself, will give you a 15 to 30 minute discovery call where we can help you figure out what would work for you. And we help you with any questions that you have. So go to the experts. Please don't overwhelm yourself and get confused and not know what to do. There's answers, and the answers come from the experts. So please use that to your advantage. So, anyways, let's talk about some of the misconceptions that I learned in those sleep groups. And just by asking people, like maybe a friend or a grandparent, or you ask somebody and you're like, what about sleep training? And then they give you answers and you're like, okay, that's scary. Yeah, let's talk about some of those because, like I said, if you don't go to the expert, you could be getting false information. There's tons of misconceptions about sleep training. It would take me forever to go through them all, so I'm only going to go through some of them, the most common. And so the first one would be your little one has to be in a separate room in order for the sleep training to work. Not true. Sleep training will break the parent-child attachment. Not true. You have to, or sorry, you're a selfish parent if you choose to sleep train your little one. So not true. You have to do the cried out method for sleep training to actually work. Not true. Sleep training is only beneficial to the parent. It's not beneficial to the child. No, not true at all. Not even a little bit. So here's one thing I know for sure about those things. None of them are true. None of them. Those misconceptions are just that, misconceptions. They're not true. They're falsehoods. They're not based in truth or reality. How do I know that? Because I'm a sleep consultant. I've worked with parents. I've done these things. I know they work. And I know that those things you don't have to do. And I also did it with my own child. So I know from experience and from working with others, that experience, that those things are not true and that there are other ways around that. So yeah, so what is the truth then? What does it mean to sleep train your little one? And is it really as bad as everyone or some people will make it out to be? No, it's definitely not. Will it be easy? I'm not going to lie to you and say it will. For some parents, sleep training is easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy, but easier than for other parents. But the thing is that when you're sleep training your child, you're breaking them of a habit, and habits are never easily broken. So, of course, it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a walk in the park. But once your little one is sleep trained, and they will, if you do it right, they will be sleep trained, your life will get easier. You will get more sleep. You will feel less stressed. You'll feel less overwhelmed in these areas of life. And trust me when I say it does work. I've seen it over and over again with my clients and as my son as proof. So what are the truths then? So while it is ideal to have your little one in their own room to sleep train, you'll usually get results quicker when you do that. It's not necessary. If you prefer to keep them in your room, or maybe you don't have the space to put them in their own room, it's totally fine. There's no problem with that. You can most definitely still sleep train your little one and room share. The only thing is it might take a little bit longer, and that's fine. It's fine. It's not a big deal. So sleep training, the next thing, misconception would be that it breaks the child-parent attachment. There's also studies about this. Not true. Studies have proven that's not true. Sleep training can actually help you increase the bond that you have with your child. Why? Because you're learning how they try to communicate with you. It increases feelings of security for you and your child. And it can also help you to become more in tune with your child's needs. That does not break the bond. That makes it better and stronger. And here's a question I get a lot. What about breastfeeding? Is it going to break that? Like, can I still breastfeed when I'm sleep training? Of course you can. Of course you can. And it absolutely will not break that off or break that breastfeeding bond that you have. Moving along to the next misconceptions. So one of the great things that sleep training does is it helps you and your little one to get more refreshing, restorative, deep sleep. If your little one's struggling with sleep, you will be too. So what does that mean? It can mean you'll suffer from sleep deprivation, which is nothing to mess with. Sleep deprivation is a very, very serious mental health issue that can happen from lack of sleep. It happens to a lot of new parents, and it's like I said, it's very serious. So you want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep, and you want to make sure that you're not becoming sleep deprived, because if you are, then it's not even affecting you, it's affecting everyone around you, including your little one. So to say that it's selfish to sleep train is so not true. It's actually the most least selfish thing you can do, because you're looking out for yourself and your health and well-being, and you're looking out for the health and well-being of the people around you that it's going to affect. So self-care is not selfish. So when it comes to sleep training, you're able to choose them. This is the next misconception is um, you have to use the cried out method. When it comes to sleep training, no. You're able to choose whichever method is most suitable for your little one and your family. For some, that may be the cried out method, and that is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, especially no judgment from me. I've had clients that use the cried out method and it worked like a charm for them. And it gives you the fastest results. Okay, but doesn't it cause like cortisol levels to go so high, and then it causes your child to down the road have issues with separation anxiety, or, just have issues mentally and physically because you put them through that stress from cried out method? No, not true. There's studies that prove that also in my blog, so please go check that out. The links to the studies for that are in there. The cried out method does not equal harming your child for life, regardless of what you've heard from other people. Don't listen to them. It's not true. Other parents may choose to use a gentler method of sleep training, and some may choose something in between. Whatever you choose is totally fine. You have to start somewhere, and you can always switch the method if the one you're using is not working. It's a work in progress. When you're sleep training, you learn along the way a lot of the time, and that's totally fine. There's no harm in that. And the last misconception is that sleep training is only beneficial to the parent, that selfish parent. It's not beneficial to the child. Nope, not true. Again, it can be super beneficial to the parent, obviously, because they'll start getting the sleep they desperately need, but it can also obviously be beneficial to the little one who also needs that deep restorative sleep. Why? Because your little one is growing so much as a baby that they need that deep restorative sleep in order to develop and grow in a proper way. So yes, it's extremely beneficial to your little one. So it's not only beneficial to you, it's very beneficial to your little one as well. So there you have it. Those are the misconceptions and the truths about sleep training. I really wanted to put those misconceptions to bed, and I wanted to show you that it's really not as scary as you think, and you will honestly be so, so happy. If you're sleep deprived or you're on the brink of it, and you're nervous to sleep train, you don't need to be. I personally can help you through that. I can be your guide along the way, and I can help you to get the sleep you need and the sleep your little one needs. So if that's something that you're desperately needing right now, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can go to my website, it's in the description box. Click on that, check out my packages, check out my additional options that I have for you. Anything that you see that might suit you, or if you're still confused, just contact me. We can talk about it. I can give you a free 15 to 30-minute consult, and we can go from there. We'll do a plan that's individualized for you, your family, your little one, and something that you know is going to get you results. And it's going to get you results in a way that you know is going to lead on to the future, and it's going to be good for your family. So please do that. And also, if you like this video, please share it with other parents. Spread the love. Sharing is caring. Please help other parents who might need this and might benefit from it. And if you want more content like this, you should join my Facebook group called Sleep Little One. Don't worry, this sleep group is safe because it's run by me, a certified pediatric sleep coach. So you'll be good to go. There's not going to be any crappy information in there. I give weekly tips and advice to exhausted parents like yourself looking to improve their little one's sleep. I hope I see you there. The link to that is also in the description box. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.